Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This is from US Weekly, and this is in celebrities. It says Sarah Ferguson claims email to Jeffrey Epstein was sent in response to aggressive threat. I will list the article right and all of the details in the description as I always do. It says Sarah Ferguson has addressed an email correspondence with late billionaire sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. An email sent by Ferguson, age 65, to Epstein in 2011 was recently resurfaced by several UK outlets. A spokesperson for the Duchess of York claimed in a statement to the Daily Mail on Sunday, September the 21st, that the correspondence was sent to courier an aggressive threat Epstein had made to sue her for defamation. In a separate statement to the BBC, the spokesperson noted the Duchess spoke of her regret about her association with Epstein many years ago, and as they have always been, her first thoughts are with his victims, excuse me. Like many people, she was taken in by his lies as soon as she was aware of the extent of his allegations against him. She not only cut off contact but condemned him publicly to the extent that he then threatened to sue her for defamation for associating him with pedophilia. The statement concluded she does not uh, resolve from anything she said then. The email was sent in the context of advice the Duchess was given to try to uh, assure Epstein and his threats, assuage Epstein in his threats. Ferguson reportedly referred to Epstein as a supreme friend in the email and denied referring to him as the P word, a pedo. In a March 2011 interview, which was published weeks before her email was sent, I know you feel hellaciously let down by me, and I must humbly apologize to you in your heart for that. Ferguson's email to Epstein reportedly read, I am apologizing to you today for not replying to your email or reaching out to you. I am bedridden with fear. I was paralyzed. The message continued. I was advised in no uncertain terms to have nothing to do with you and not to speak with you or email. Ferguson claimed that she did not want to cause more problems for her ex-husband, Prince Andrew. The Duke of York was stripped of his royal title following his allegations and involvement with Epstein. He was sued by the late Virginia Jeffrey for SA in 2021. They settled the following year, and he has continued to deny her allegations. Sarah Ferguson's ups and downs with the royal family, divorce, wedding, snubs, and more. That's a different article. But it says in March of 2021, in March 2011, apologies, interview, Ferguson acknowledged that having a connection to Epstein was a gigantic error of judgment on her part. I abhorred pedophilia and any SA of children, she continued at the time. I cannot state more strongly that I know a terrible, terrible error of judgment was made by having anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein. What he did was wrong and for which he was rightfully jailed. Epstein was arrested on federal charges in 2019 for sex trafficking of underagers. In Florida and New York, he died by self-deletion at age 66 while being held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York. And that is the end of the article right there. Wow. Did not know that. I mean, well, given who her husband is, uh, it was some relationship there, but then, she quickly, per her statements and per this article, she quickly did a about face and was like, hey, you know, even though she sent the, letter apologizing and things like that, it's just like she can't be associated with anything like that. That's how I understood it you know, to be the reason. But that's only an assumption. I can't speak for her, Sarah Ferguson, or anyone else. But, I just assumed that, that was her position, given who she was married to and, the scrutiny and the backlash of that. And then, for her husband, well, ex husband, to be, linked heavy with him, it's a lot. It's a lot. What does a person, regardless if it's man or woman, do in that position when it just gives me the feeling like she just wanted to bury her head in a pillow and just scream if she didn't do that. It's just one of those things where, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You can back away from it, you can back out of it, but you still have another link, which was her ex-husband. Unfortunately, you know, and that's one of the things that people don't talk about enough is that the people involved, yes, you have the victims should have justice, the victims deserve justice, and hopefully their wait will be over soon. uh you know we need 218 just to open it up a little bit more, but it's like a slow drip. Everybody is just waiting to see what's going to happen next, and as far as the files being released, and the victims being vindicated, and those that are responsible or have been responsible for the systematic abuse of these people will find some sort of justice, whether it be jail time, whether it be financially, whether it be public scrutiny, or global international scrutiny. Justice for the victims first and foremost. Um, Especially the ones that are no longer here. And I'm not just talking about the ones that actually fought back. I'm talking about the ones that we probably don't even know about. But that's just my assumption. Um, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a terrible situation, and you know, I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, it's still a touching subject, still to this day, even though she did the right thing and cut her ties and with everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not Jeffrey Epstein, but with everything. And it's just one of those things that you have to get over. And it's not only the victims that have to live with that, it's the people that were surrounded in the circle, regardless if you were right there when it was happening, or you were just the outs well, yeah, kind of like outside, because you know who would have knew that was going on. But she did the right thing, and I hope she finds peace with that, you know eventually one day. And I don't know, you guys. Drop down in the comment section. I didn't know that, she had sent him a letter or whatever the case is. I'm pretty sure what everything is going on. Jeffrey Epstein and the Epstein files is a hot ticket item. Damn near everybody hasn't talked about it, so they're going to dig up stuff. Regardless if it's a direct link or if it was something just as simple as that. I don't feel that she should face any scrutiny if you're going per this article and per her statements. She shouldn't face any scrutiny because ultimately she did the right thing. Even though it may have hurt a little bit to end the friendship, I'm pretty sure that outside of the savagery and uh, disgusting nature of Jeffrey Epstein, friend wise. I'm pretty sure he, you know, whatever their relationship entailed, you know, it wasn't enough to cause suspicion because, Gabby, from what I've read, she had no clue. But again, I can only go by the statements in this article. But hey, drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Were you aware of this? Did you read this somewhere else? Let me know. Come chop it up with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as well. And as always, thank you so much. I do appreciate you watching my video. And with that, you guys, I'm going to head on out. And remember, always be good to yourself. And free speech is not just for some, not just for the rich. It's for everybody. Okay?